Esports defeated them last time.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, as we mentioned before, we're going to be seeing some repeat maps. I don't think Breeze was a confident win for Paper Rex last time around. As you mentioned, Split went very one-sidedly the way of GE. It's been a map that they've been reasonably successful on, except for that little DFM blip. So, look, I think GE have got a lot of work to do. As mentioned, they were really put through their paces just yesterday against Gen.G, whereas Paper Rex have had a couple of days to kind of reset a little bit more and prepare for this game. And they would have had to kick their feet up a little bit more and prepare for GE, watching some of what they did yesterday. At the same time, though, Corrode is not a map GE have played yet, so maybe that's why the veto went in this direction. Maybe Frost is trying to be a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, well, GE played a lot of rounds yesterday and they finished quite late. So we're going to have to see if they can be ready in the short turnaround for a tough opponent in Paper Rex.
Oh, I see the belly rub there. Something. Robin Penna's belly. You did that with Monyet, right?
Yeah, that's the lucky belly rub. Yes, sir.
It's a very lucky rub.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting between the two teams. I think rematches are always really exciting. We ended up seeing just now between Full Sense and DRX. DRX ended up winning that out after losing the first time around, and I wonder if the tail's going to be the same for these two teams.
Well, this is the big question. What kind of comps are these teams going to be bringing into a map that neither of them have played thus far in Kickoff? For Paper Rex, that is a change up since the off-season, and interestingly enough, this will be the first time we've ever seen something on the Waylay. It is an agent that fits his skill set, but he hasn't played it in official just yet.
On global side, we are going to see the Sage come out for Patman. So everything looks very similar to what they have played in the past. They stole the vetoes there, don't worry at global fans. Yudetan veto is there, the Waylay is still there, and we're going to see the Sage. I'm excited for the Sage. The Sage is pretty good on this map. A lot of good walls, a lot of good slows.
It was played a lot early on in the map's life cycle, but it's kind of been dropped ever since, interestingly.
Yeah, and Patman really expanding his agent pool here, going on that Sentinel, and GE being the, the veto specialist here. Now, as for the predictions, it is kind of split a little bit heavier in the favor of Paper Rex here. Of course, Global Esports does continue to be the underdog in this story. But I gotta say, if Global win today, this has so many exciting potentials, right? It's got PRX, you got the DRX match, and of course the Full Sense one is not gonna be happening anymore, but it's a little exciting. All right, we are gonna go into map 1 of Corrode. We're gonna send it up to our casters, Paperthin and Helios.
All right, back in for our second series. Another one of these teams is going to have the kickoff come to an end. The other will move forward to play against DRX. Is it the RX Turby? Is it Frost versus Termi? I don't know, but we can't lose in this scenario.
Yeah, no matter what, the fans profit. So that's all we want here, is to see some good Valorant, some interesting stuff, and I think on both sides of the coin, you've got interesting compositions being brought in. The Sage, not something we see a lot in Pacific at the very least, so that's kind of a unique wrinkle being brought in. Meanwhile, the Desk just hinted at it, something on the Waylay for the very first time. That ought to be exciting.
It should be, and my question is, does this go the way of Patman's first outing on the Waylay, where it looks incredibly well drilled and very solid, or is it a little bit weaker around the edges? We'll have to wait and see, but Jing back on the Phoenix, always something to be excited about. Been seeing a lot of teams around the world utilizing Phoenix on maps where it feels like Phoenix isn't going to get the greatest value. But Jing is looking to maybe go ahead and show us how it's done as we get onto Corrode, a map that has not really been played by Paper Rex pretty much ever. They played it twice, both times versus G2. Both times were losses. One was at an international event, or global I should say, and then the other was at an off-season tournament. So we haven't actually ever seen them combat this map here within BCT Pacific.
Yeah, it should be really interesting. The Phoenix in here, a team like Vitality that loves the Phoenix on this map and has great success with it, runs a very different comp behind the back of it, though. It's going to be curious what Paper Rex's flavor of that looks like. Pat, all on his own, gets tagged up just a bit. Can, of course, just heal and run. And Paper Rex is going to be storming their way through. Wall's going to be in their way momentarily, but it won't take long to deal with that. Prowler to check close. A little bit of a spam.
And good damage found in V. Whittled away yet, down to 40. Global Esports, a 3-2 split to try to go for the retake. Something on the peak. Doesn't quite see him. Pulls back into the site. It's all There's up even more space for G2. Or GE. Well, I was talking about G2 earlier. My bad. Jing able to find one though. Is Patman going to be struck down? Forsaken is just bounding forward, jumping in on top of Yurutan. Now Autumn.
Izin serius bang ya, izin serius.
It's going to be Javi. Last one standing. Finds Forsaken, who continues to just be hop around like a madman. And the pistol goes to PRX.
Pretty simple stuff here from Paper Rex. Just group up. You found the weak side instantly with just Patman. You're able to bully him well off the site. You take a little damage, but whatever. Got those good curveballs that Jing is so well versed in. Good response there as well to instantly get onto Patman.
I mean, every shot Forsaken is just jumping.
Why not? He has a classic. I mean, you know.
Solid start and good energy. Not going to be seeing just the further investments here. It's just the one bandit for Yurutan as he immediately finds a large amount of damage there, but Devi does manage to stay alive. Forsaken tag down to 48 as well. 70 health between the two players, but quick pivot here for Global. Working their way across through mid, where Forsaken, dialed in on the angle, but find the opening shots for some damage and has to backpedal just given the damage suffered earlier on.
Nice.
Nothing weapon-wise will be lost.
Aman.
Anti-bonus. Anti-eco. Good lord, what is happening in my brain?
You are, I mean, it's 2 days in a row. Yesterday was really long. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, that's not
Idiot.
I'm gonna chug some Red Bull.
Yeah, get it.
Time to wake
Whoa,
up.
yeah. Slam that Red Bull. Just a pretty clean reaction there. Nice stuff from Forsaken.
Thumbnail okay nggak guys? Thumbnail guys.
On that angle, saw the player jumping up and immediately knew he could not likely get a good spray transfer there. So
Oke sih thumbnail ya.
peels off, and that's the
W thumbnail, W thumbnail.
Control goes.
Manfaatin fitur guys.
About as a Phoenix player. There you go.
Outward peak, backpedal curveball does end up going out in Autumn. Forced to retreat.
Bring them down.
Prowler, not sure if we got the spot onto Yurutan here, so Orb take a tap, but Forsaken with covering fire is able to find the two players behind Yurutan. It's going to be good for the one, but player advantage set up for Paper Rex, albeit with something down to 10 HP. Patman tucking into the corner, drags over and finds both.
Jalan lupet.
Into the spray down to clean up something.
And he gets
Patman
himself
sialan.
away from a res. Could find it here. He keeps pressing. Scoop up of a Phantom there for Forsaken.
Invi nggak niat ambil senjata nih?
See if they can
Invi nggak niat ambil senjata kah?
elude any more damage. At least get to the spike plant. Like,
Ya ampun, bahaya banget.
That didn't go good.
A bit ill-advised is how I would summarize that.
Rada berani ya.
30 seconds
Just that
left.
stinger.
Bang Jason.
An arranged battle versus Yurutan. Here as he peeks into connector. And Yudo takes an immense amount of damage there.
I'll find
But
you.
he's now going to be running for the hills. Clear of the haunt, but that could come through for Envy.
Where are you?
Absent haunt over the top. He's trying to close the gap here, but it's going to be Patman with a 4K to get Global on board in the anti-bonus.
Ooh, the eco res.
Okay.
Interesting. All right.
Gak rugi sih.
Why not?
Maksudnya menurutku juga kalau bisa lagi lagi duitnya kurang mending
Nice
ini
early
nggak sih?
start for
Mending
Paper Rex,
resurrectin.
but Patman here has an easy first one, but caught the head onto Devi in that spray.
One enemy remaining.
My hope is that was just a fact-finding mission for Forsaken.
Okay for Patman.
All again. I'm not gonna do that, I swear.
You don't have to climb it. You're not a cat.
Gusto commit boy. Come boys. Iwag just to, yes, one slow left guys ah.
Ada itu bang.
Ready to set up the wall here. Quick break of the segments has him backpedaling back over towards Yard. Where Crystal is there to try to reinforce the position.
Take hold.
Elah, kena semua.
By Pat. There's the run it back.
Here we go.
Chasing forward. Bounce onto the corner, the swing in, the paranoia connecting onto Patman. Now Jing as well eating it, but still charges onward, looking for a little bit more damage. Unable to find it as Crystal holds his own. Javi getting involved, as well as Autumn.
Down
Something
A.
down the 9 health.
Enemy remaining.
Flash not connecting. Jing eventually able to find the spray, but Far too late to try to course correct and get onto Yutan as well. So 2-2, Global Esports, they tie it up.
Yeah, some pretty nifty ideas from Paper X off the back of the run it back. You get a Paranoia to set up. You're going to be able to just keep challenging that angle. You eat your opponent's Paranoia. So I like this little play.
Udah bagus
A
padahal
lot of
openingnya.
value, but Crystal here undoes this round pretty quick. 2 kills,
Pada
he gets
move
so
gitu, Cok.
impactful. Something so weak there on the backside, and Jing just not enough time. The jumping Crystal took a little too long to finish him before he could transfer. Autumn with an outlaw. Refracts away. They know he's close. Looking for an opportunity with these sheriffs. A bandit for Jing. Divide just near that wall.
Checking out, making sure that he's not hugging the top of that. It's something will get a little bit of damage onto Yutan.
And you can see Paper X really favoring that A site with this comp. Makes a lot of sense. Obviously the toxic screen all there already, but a lot of this stuff is close range, in your face type utility in play. Paper X is going to want to bring, and the A site lends itself a bit more to that.
To break down 2 segments, and Global Esports, they lean in with 3 players on this side of the map. Probably not too far off.
Kena.
Patman on the
Wah
blind
gila,
sprays.
Pet.
Will find a kill on the Jing. Phoenix down. There goes your flashes. There goes your other one, and rolls your smokes. Gonna have to be the face forward, but Crystal's so damn snappy with it. Picked apart, something will stop it from being a flawless, but it's going to be another big round from Patman, who nearly has a second res available.
Gila, Batman.
Global Esports take
Batman
the lead.
against Paper X ya guys ya.
Showing up to the party when his ex is there. And he's doing great work. Just watching some of those tracers. Able to get his spray to go. Crystal is sharp as heck right now. He is locked into heads.
Gila, itu kepalanya Crystal sampai udah nggak ada space tuh anjir.
I wouldn't, I was gonna say, wouldn't mind seeing a timeout here, because I think actually you want to talk about how to control some of that early main space. Make sure those orbs are really under your control so you can get those Phoenix ults rolling. Make sure that Patman isn't able to get comfortable and buy a little extra time. So you might want to put some pressure, A-Mate, clear a wall, peel off, do some other stuff on the map before you kind of overcommit to some of these hits, getting a little too readable.
Yeah. Let's see what the adjustments look like here from Alex and Wendler in the booth. Talked to him today, said, hey, man, how are the players feeling? I have no idea, but I think good.
They seem good. I talked to him a bit. They seem in pretty high spirits. I even got a hug from Devi.
Wow.
It's a great day.
Well, let's see. Going back into a
Awal
bind.
guys, masih awal.
Nightfall's available on either side. It's actually mirrored ultimates. Who's going to be able to better utilize these is and making sure he's got his lineup right.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what you want to see early out of Paper X. You want to make sure that that Sage wall, if it gets placed, is cleared.
Oh, well, all right. It's a Munchkin lineup. Autumn, though, with the Outlaw. Finds the shot on the Divide for Yutan to play off of. And now as well. Peeking in, able to find the one Forsaken Halves. Has to go for the cancel. Hobby at the same time, just TPing over. Safe position, reinforcing this site. Paper X are now scattering. Sprint their way back across over to B.
Yeah, so just a little bit of an overcommit there from Paper X. Again, they wanted to make sure that that Sage util was handled, but that was well read by Global Esports, so that was going to be a necessary adjustment. They had an extra layer to the defenses, an extra gun in place. So, Jing not going to scoop up the orb. They want to keep this quiet for now. Maybe want to try to go for some challenges at some angles. Forsaken is...
Just around this corner, he's got a pixel angle.
Nice, Jason!
Swing out a little bit wider. Caught in B. Lucky to be alive. Crystal nearly found that headshot. This is going to be
Balikin
Nightfall's
Crystal dong.
across the site. Jing with the plant. Has the run it back available, and it's very quickly going to be dispatched.
Nice, Jason.
Forsaken holding close. Sends out that paranoid.
Ya ayolah.
Weapon fast enough.
Aduh.
Autumn is playing off the near side, has him outdone.
Nice, Envy.
Envy snappy with that shot, but so to his Crystal. He accidentally pops the jump. Prowler on the chase, cleared out, sees connecting. Jing gonna get pulled out here into the open. The decay expiring, but he's able to find the
Let's
kill.
go,
Crystal takes it down.
Jay.
It's messy, it's close, but it's Paper Rex's round.
Yeah, some really sharp shooting on both sides of the board there. Forsaken.
Kita nggak dukung GE dulu ya hari ini ya.
Nice early start. Love the adjustments that both teams are making on this timeout. The chess battle, really good. Forsaken just a little bit better in a couple moments. Nice saturate here from Autumn. Counteract that paranoia. Woo! Envy. This one right here, though, huge from Jing. Thought he might be in a lot of trouble there for a second, but just barely gets the spray there in time. Patman with the judge. Operator for Autumn here.
Aduh.
Timing shot.
Aduh.
Try to keep this disguise.
Aduh.
Wall falls. Envy peeks in. Operator now confirmed. Wall up. Here's the drop down. Forsaken. Pretty much pinned in this position. Oh no.
You fought well.
Well, once again, trying to TP pass it around Patman, and Patman is right there waiting.
Toxins going up.
He's a little too wise to the shenanigans.
It's like, dude, I've played with you for basically a year.
I
know,
saw this.
I know the stupid stuff that you're gonna try. Player advantage. At the ready, Jing spotting one. And this needs to be a big backstab, and for now, he has slipped the net. If he can get his way up towards heaven, be two relatively easy kills for him, but Autumn being this far forward might start making Global Esports a bit more suspicious, but there's the spot on the one, so now attention's going to be paid towards the front of this site. Jing getting into position, finds the one, looks for the second, but Javi able to steady it. Fast enough to shut down the Phoenix, but something does manage to dive forward and find the kill.
Spike planted.
2v3 are fracked back out to main, the weapon drawn, but Patman takes down his former teammate. Now it is all on Devi.
Yeah.
Approach from heaven, unread. 3 players still alive. Global Esports will regain the lead.
It is a massive kill for Javi there. Not many players gonna hit that flick, and he does. He's been really sharp at times. That was a game saver, because you give yourself an extra avenue of approach. But winning on the backside against something as well. So some of these duels going the way of Global Esports so far. Again, both teams looking pretty sharp to my eyes. Patience here. You know, Paper X had snuck a couple players past, but Envy goes for a challenge. This right here. Show it from Javi's angle, please. We're not going to get it.
Ya, elah.
Nice! I'm gonna get off. I get off.
In there.
So off carried over.
Yep.
And
They invested the res, too.
yeah, it's another res just to go ahead and bolster the economy. Don't mind it.
Not with the way the economy is. Absolutely not. Keep yourself on pace to basically get an extra couple guns. That's real nice.
A lot of noise made. Something does have a shorty. Dashing in, looking for the finisher. Had to get that little gap close. But eventually will be rewarded. I'll be gone. Yutan is going to be backpedaling, cross cuts. Now pops the evolution here on the site. Swing in, Jing able to strike him down. Bit of healing going his way, but Autumn quick peek finds the shutdown. Forsaken on the floor, but Plant comes through. Divergent path's going to be sent. Jing getting caught by this, perhaps the buy as well. But swing coming through, and
Ya
Autumn has a collab.
Allah.
Now it's just something. The Sheriff with Autumn dialed into the angle. He's got to go for the push, and it will be to his demise. A 4K for Autumn, a 5th round for Global Esports.
Something jangan dikasih hero-hero gini nggak sih, guys?
Doing some really nice stuff.
Agent-agent kayak Wiley gini, anjir.
Finding good timings, good util
Dia harus
usage. The ult there very
yang
impactful
masuk
from
gitu
Autumn,
loh.
and he's getting to another one rather quick. Gets 3 more kills after investing
dia
it.
masih
Little
main
play
ini ya.
here. Even though that flash gets absorbed by the evolution, Yutan still can't win that battle. Oh.
Through the arm, I believe.
I guess.
Through the arm and into the chest.
Must have just barely clipped an elbow there.
Wow. Second timeout call in the first half. Paper X not liking how this has been going.
Probably feel like you should do a little bit more damage on this attacker's side. His defender's side gonna be a little tricky.
Yeah, I'm curious how they play this.
Yeah, because I mean you got double duelist, double controller, so you're not gonna have that extra layer of info with a Sentinel like GE's gonna be running. Well, they're technically running double Sentinel since they have a Sage, but yeah, I don't know. Probably want to talk about how to get some value out of this run it back that Jing's gonna have coming into this round. I mean, they're getting into some okay positions, but they're often a man down when they get into those plants. So probably talking about how to make sure you're clearing angles, dealing with that operator a little bit more efficiently. Getting some util to figure out exactly where it's at. Patman back to that A main hold. It's kind of more of a default look here for Global Esports, at least considering what we saw at the beginning.
You're dead.
Autumn on the hunt here, but ooh, target-rich environment. Can't find any of them. Nice shot from Devi, run back from Jing on the hunt, but ultimately will just snap back over in towards A main.
Be a little bit of false information there. A couple GE players had evacuated the site to avoid it. Now they've refilled that space.
Playing on the same side, but right of the wall. Forsaken spotting one. Jing trying to go on the swing out. Patman able to shot him down and backpedaling. Unotan will find something as well. Like crammed into the corner, but back with Fury. I'll be taken down. It felt like Devi would not have been favored there whatsoever, but Unotan swinging in the mid is able to find one. The pit now going to be Bloom trying to lock them out. Spike not even yet planted. Gun barrel spotted. Devi maybe checking the mini-map there for a brief little second, but eventually is able to find the kill all the same. Unotan now just slinking his way through the pit. And Devi,
oh my god.
I think he might have not realized this. As here comes the turn back. Devi has been completely outdone. He thinks that Udo's going to pursue forward into the site to try to get the defuse, but he just swings right back in. The pit had been dropped, and this is a catastrophe.
What a sneaky play from Unotan.
A massive misread off the back of the timeout as well. Ult invested, but the op now recovered, and the round wins continuing for Global Esports.
Well, it looked like it might be an ace there for Devi. And he
should have been.
It should have been.
Why?
Second guesses himself.
He backs off to the stairs to get a reload, and that's when Unotan just happens to make his way through the pit.
Yep. Just enough space there to get through, and poor Envy's like, what? How did he get in there?
Let's go, dog. What are you doing? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, that one I understand.
Sure. Well, there's a ping reveal. Here comes the Odin. Been keeping this one under their sleeve the entire time, and Crystal now, I mean, he's just tearing them apart. Something tagged to 37, Forsaken dead.
This is part of what makes this map so difficult. Once the defenders get into that Odin, it can often be a real challenge. Oh.
Surviving with 7, but players, now 3, all just being worked lower and lower in health. Jing at least can heal himself. Attempt at the entry straight into a C's. Javi able to find one, but something fighting back still is the outer main able to find a very solid kill. Fall across, connects onto Crystal, still has that Odin in hand. If Envy tries to cross his way back out to main, well, now he knows that the Odin's there. Good Prowler to get that spot out. Once again, dueling Nightfalls, but as he tries to go in, run down Crystal, Autumn's there with the operator. Dashes forward, grabs a Phantom. 7 HP, all that they have had. And this Global Esports continuing on their merry way.
Yeah, and they're so patient with their util too, especially Autumn there. Since he has the op, he's gonna have that saturate a lot for these retakes. Gets really annoying. And things are going sideways pretty quick all of a sudden for Paper Rex. 3-3 at one point. Now it's 7-6 in favor of Global Esports, who are really doing a nice job here, covering each other well, setting up with that Odin. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They're just a step ahead on these defender sides in the decision making. Oh, Javi.
Here's a dab. Waits
Ya
for it, but
Allah.
something's just swinging in. Autumn has the op. Gets the kill. Just double dash up and over the top of the hut. And he is out to safety, and the door is slammed shut here in PRX's face once again.
And look at a match.
Ini guys.
Mid, swing out, kill found, Jing down, Odin inserted, Crystal getting the headshot through the wall. Forsaken's gone. This round is over.
Very much so. Devi would love to try to save this Phantom, but I imagine that Global Esports doesn't want to give him the opportunity.
Nope.
They're going to rally the troops and make a go at him.
Well, first step. Falls into the hurdle. Flawless round, Global Esports looking to make this a 9-3 half.
Ya Allah, ini tim gimana cara menangnya lagi ini.
Just get one more round win.
Yeah. Just a nice little reposition there. Autumn takes that tight angle from his right-hand side. Hadn't seen him in that position before with that op. And yeah.
Iyalah.
Yeah, that was about the dry swing.
Selalu gini
into the
loh,
site.
anjir, tiap kickoff. Gak pernah bener, Jo.
Or the push in the mid, I guess. Either way.
That is a deep saturate.
Watching up and over the top, nothing spotted there. Autumn placing himself forward. It's a change up here, doesn't have that operator now. Just dancing around this corner in mid. Forsaken as well, tucked in. Smoke set up as he's going to try to slowly drift his way across towards yard. Devi though, once again, back down to 7. Noise now being made. That TP, Autumn gonna go up and over the top, and over the teleport timing. Forsaken narrowly escaping with the ult. Something just ends up planting his feet right there in front of Udaton. Quickly repositions, cross-cutting out the safety. Evolution now pop!
Ya
His
Allah.
Javi is so damn fast with that shot.
Spike planted.
Straight there, but they are completely outnumbered. Devi is down, 7 HP. Autumn now making his presence known, and he just has them served up on a platter. Devi's a world away. It looks like they want the kill before they even get the defuse. We'll just hold it now. This is done and dusted. 9-3. What an incredible half from Global Esports.
Yeah, they
Mana
are
jati
so
diri
well
kalian,
run right now.
Paper
There's
Rex?
so many
Mana
different
jati diri
problems that this composition is
kalian?
giving Paper Rex. You know, Autumn looks great on the waylay, really well thought out in a lot of his
Kalian kan tim
timings.
kuat, Paper Rex.
Good
Mana
off
jati diri
usage, has good refrag
kalian?
setups. And the Phoenix stuff doesn't really bother them none. The Sage is really annoying at the beginning of the half.
But Yuda is so smart.
Yeah, Yudo is incredibly smart. Just gets the kill, TP's out. I mean, it's just these great little bait and switches that they can do. See them all the time with Yudo. And
Oh. Paper X have their work cut out for them. And I'm not really sure if Alex is going to get the answer to his question of what are you doing, at least not a satisfactory one. Autumn though, picking up right where he left off from yesterday. A rough go of it, some very unfortunate and lucky moments in those first two maps versus Gen G, but was on an absolute heater playing Jet on Haven.
yeah,
Seems like just more than happy to carry that forward on this waylay.
yeah, looks like these entry duelists, these op duelists really suit him nicely. It's been really spectacular on those agents. Yudo just remains an ever-present force on that veto. So frustrating to deal with him. He is incredibly smart. And A lot of fans for both teams. Saw a fan who had a sign up that said he traveled 8,000 kilometers to come watch Autumn play. And he's getting a treat.
That's a little bit of a journey.
Yeah, just a bit.
Gimana cara menangnya ini,
even last
Bang?
night, granted, I would say the majority of the crowd silenced by Global Esports, but when leaving the studio, saw so many people waiting in the cold to get autographs and photos with the players.
Oh, nice.
Just fishing through that smoke, eventually able to find a kill. Envy, nice 2 taps coming
Please,
through.
ayo menangin
Find
lah.
the finisher. So
Please.
Paper X 2-0 in pistols, and that is half of the round wins.
Yeah.
Let's extrapolate from here.
Yeah. Some cool little stuff there at the beginning of the round, like the protocol here from something to immediately throw the saturate when the waylay is coming through, but there's a haunt to follow up behind it for Global Esports, and it almost gets the kill onto something, but he's just barely able to get out of there, and that means the rest of Paper X comes through. Start knocking players down. Envy, sick little double there. Something with a judge up close and personal.
A lot of noise being made to try to get them baited around this corner. Molly at the ready to swing in. Autumn struck down. Just going for the quick little dash in, trying to play Jing in on the peak. Will be the kill, a smattering of damage, and otherwise an exit. Both sides is Forsaken, bit delayed there on that shot. And then finds some damage, and Forsaken's going to have to backpedal. Space gained, and oh, Batman getting past the poison orb there. Just enough time. Head spotted.
Nice.
Swing in. Yuratan be taken down.
Satu lagi.
Forsaken.
Satu lagi aja. Satu lagi udah oke tuh.
But
Son.
Batman around the back. We'll be able to
Aduh.
find Envy. Now suddenly, Forsaken, his attention has to
Nice
be
one.
split. This is the follow-up there,
Nice
but Jing to
banget.
the rescue. Will be able to bail him out.
Nice.
Rolls
Let's
up the
go.
classic. Can recover the Guardian. So key weaponry going to be carried forward. Pretty clean. Anti-eco
Ayo,
once
masih bisa,
again
masih bisa,
for
masih bisa.
Paper
Empat
X.
lagi, empat lagi, empat lagi.
Still a long
Aman
way
aja,
to
aman
go.
aja.
I'm gonna run this map back.
Empat lagi, empat lagi, empat lagi.
I've noticed that at times they don't really understand the angles or the positions, and
Sure.
Gigis
Seems
kok,
like
Gigis.
really by the time that they had realized it and Envy goes to check, he's just a lot further forward than they could have anticipated.
exactly.
Hey, women smoke him. They double swing alien, guys. Okay, they're in mid. Off,
Yeah,
get
pop,
to
pop,
off.
pop.
Wait, chill. Give me fake deck shoot on B then, and we get ready on A. I'll just smoke for you guys.
Okay, yeah, go towards A.
Like, who one of you
Come
like
welcome.
Inti? I'll grab up.
Keeping
Well-
things nice and calm despite the early pressure there.
It's a new year, so that means it's a new turn for somebody to pick up the op for Paper X. You know, it's been something, Devi. Now it's Forsaken's turn.
And with him on the waylay, yeah, you just kind of want to be playing the judge, especially in these rounds here, the bonus. This is a very hefty investment for Paper X. It's one that it's pretty early identified as, once again, just a little bit delayed on that. Can't find the kill, so Patman lives to fight another day.
And it seems like he's at least made Global Esports have to consider
Agak bahaya ya.
approach, so Paper X can lean
Langsung megang OP
towards this
beliau.
mid-hold.
They're making a ton of noise now, and Envy getting that first
Ya
contact.
elah, Envy.
Shot. Yuratan just stopping a little bit faster than might have anticipated. Devi finding
Oh.
one, re-peeks with a sheriff to find another.
Oh,
Can't quite get that
aduh,
third
miss.
though. Crystal able to put him down.
Ay.
Something nearby.
Spike planted.
Here's the footsteps of one. All set up as a TP into the corner. Javi's repositioning. Good look for the entry. Jing dropping down, finding the kill. Javi eliminated. Crystal's position now known as they're both stacked up with
Nice.
the judge.
Let's
Tears
go
them
SMTH.
apart. Something on his feet there as Paper X convert the bonus.
Yeah, this is a really well thought out round for Paper X. Having that op in place, even though you're not getting the connection, it's still forcing Global Esports to play into your setups. And a nice wall to make this cross to get that kill onto Envy. But then right behind him is Devi. We know what he can do. He's got a sheriff in his hands. Nice flash from Jing again. God, his flashes are so good on Phoenix. And then, yeah, they're stuck in the corner. Jing got the info and is like, something, your turn, you're up.
Yeah, it's almost like this guy should,
Ayo,
you know,
ayo,
the,
ayo,
the
tiga
people
lagi,
who
tiga
want to
lagi,
play
tiga
Phoenix
lagi.
in other regions of VCT should maybe study this guy.
I don't know who you could be talking about.
Weird, so
Yeah.
weird. Anyway, Bucky in hand.
Even in our own region.
Yeah, a bit of firepower put into this one for Global is something. Yeah, nearly caught.
Ya
Some
Allah.
maneuver, but Forsaken's going to be the one taking
Whoa.
him down. It's a little bit of a delayed reaction, but eventually he's able to find Patman, but Crystal gets rid of something.
Nice.
And in B. Find
Nice.
the one divide out. Pushing forward. Hoping to reinforce and keep them protected. Autumn going to try to get some damage through here, but curveball straight into the face. Goes for the pre-fire,
Go.
but not going to be able to find the kill. So looked a little bit wobbly there for a moment, but Paper Rex now just 2 rounds away from tying it up.
This is starting to look real clean. Pushing the pole. The sharpness of the shooting in particular starting to really come forward. Okay, Forsaken dies there. That's a little bit of a weird one from Jing, but all's well that ends well. Now you got the Odin of your own. You know how impressive that is on this map. Beautiful flash again.
Ilya, come on lah Ilya.
Hold on.
Free fire looking
Oh
for this
my God.
crunch, and Yudotan, well, he's just shrugging that one off. The ult is there, and Jing just, yep, immediately going to be shut down as Invi's only able to find one. Operator.
Balik dulu nggak? Eh. Ya bet itu. Begitu Ilya. Pada. Sini Bang.
Bananas. This is kind of weird because you don't really get much info here as Paper X. You have no idea if they're going A or B right now.
Nope.
And if the timings are bad.
They're starting to shift back, but looks like the Vi shifting around, trying to keep eyes on this side of the map. They have eyes on this corner, and oh boy, they just cleared it. Ping coming down behind Global Esports. Getting a sense of this, but now you've got a double crossfire set up to intercept, and this is the spike in hand.
Aduh.
Toggle on the smoke.
Nice.
The walkout, Autumn
30 seconds
struck
left.
down. Tommy now
Remaining.
Whoa,
dead
ho, ho,
to
ho.
Jason's hands as well.
What a nice little micro adjustment from Forsaken. Expected that re-peek and reposition just ever so slightly. Should be round over here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to try to recover this one.
10
Patman
seconds
can
left.
make it hurt a little bit more, but economy for Paper Rex is quite strong.
Ya ampun.
That being said, though, now we can just good eco res.
Eco
We
res?
will.
Your will not kill my allies.
Your will not kill my allies. The Paper Rex will win the round.
That was
Satu lagi,
well,
satu lagi, satu
Patman
lagi.
is still on an absolute tear.
Let's go.
This just is a little weird to me. I mean, Yudo able to use this box against this setup, just something that Paper X could never really get into a position. Had he yet a little bit of help behind him too, but try to cover Jing there. And Crystal, Guardian, Bulldog for Javi. One away from a couple big ults for Paper X, but a lot in play already for the side of Global Esports. Got quite a combo to set up to really clear a site one way or another with the Nightfall and the Convergent Paths. Evolution there for Yudo to maybe eat some of that, try to eat some of that util again, especially from the Phoenix. Love to get advantage, you know, some advantages in those fights, even though we lost one earlier. A bit of patience being shown by Global Esports. Haunt to tee up something to push a little bit forward with the refract.
You say that.
Aduh, lihat itu
Plays on
Patman.
display though, but I'm wondering how displaced it could be because I'm thinking about Frost not calling a timeout. Considering how close things have gotten here.
Well, that's the thing with Frost. He calls timeouts when you least expect it.
Bring them down.
And that's how he keeps his opponents guessing.
Oh, he's just like Termy.
Face your
Oh my god, these guys should be best friends. Double dash forward. Envy caught in a trap. Devi only able to find one on the
Mati
entry.
pula dua.
Crystal dispatches, puts them back in with the player advantage. Forsaken, however, swings around the corner, is able to find Autumn back into a 3v3, and something completely unknown from his position here was hindered by the saturate. And now
Nice.
brings out a shot.
Nice.
Jing from up above is able to find one. The jump around the corner, maybe a bit misplaced on their trust. But Jing, ooh, a bit of a fadeaway on that one. Narrowly comes out on top. A wry smile. But it is another round win for Paper Rex.
Let's go,
Flawless in this half
Jing.
so far. Yep, the operator was right next to you.
I was worried for a second. It's a great little execute from Global Esports. Again, Nightfall and the Convergent Paths. You basically just hit anybody that could possibly be on site. And poor Envy's the one who gets hit by the Convergent Paths. Devi up top, but then some nifty play. Oh my god. That's crazy work.
We tight.
6 in a row.
Tight the game.
Still yet not going to be seeing a timeout call. The militia buy is, I'm going to start calling it. We'll see if it catches on, but everything that GE can relatively scrape together. And there goes one of the players.
If there's anybody who I believe could outduel something
Pai,
with
awas,
a
Pai.
Sniper, it's Yudo. Oh, Pat, well, that's Pat.
Now Pat's
Nice
dead.
banget,
Crystal
Pai,
now
Pai.
gone as things are just
Oh,
falling
nice.
hard.
Oh.
As there you
Let's go, let
That
them
shot.
cook, bro.
And it just
Let
hopping
them
out.
cook.
1v5. Dash just playing in
Dia
the
tahu bang.
and flawless for Paper Rex as they gain the lead 10-9. Feels like this has to be the moment. Getting ready to
Let
go
them
into
cook.
another buy round. And yes, the timer will stop.
Oh, just a spam through the smokes there for Forsaken. Look at this little micro flick. Boom. Love it. Envy looking good with that. Odin, so well drilled here a little bit. You know, we talked a little bit at the half how we might be a little worried with this comp, with how this defense might look for Paper Rex, but because they get that pistol, because they're able to get that early operator, they're able to really establish map control without the need for having a sentinel or, you know, that extra layer of util for info gathering outside of Envy's, you know, fade. So this is
And obviously, I mean,
good.
they've never lost it because it's just been this flawless run.
Exactly.
So they bring that op out. It's a bit unexpected. Doesn't get kills immediately in the hands of Forsaken, but they haven't had to cycle another one in, so the economy has also just been built up and has been very steady for PRX.
Exactly.
Well, it took a hell of a long time, but there's the timeout call. Does it lead to a round win and a tied up scoreline?
It might be time. We'll see. Got the rifles. So this round, so crucial here for Global Esports. They need this round to go to keep that economy in check.
I'm not dashing now.
He's farming B main. Possible up on B main, guys. Trust me. Let's go A-split, boys. They're getting up,
Correct on that call.
Running mid, boys. You, low again.
I need to hold this. I smoke
Swing
elbow.
away on a dash.
Got a
Well,
great
we go.
read.
Dash at the ready.
Tapi emang agak susah ini GE punya ini ya.
Setting up that
Kalau
paranoia.
untuk attacker,
That's right to the corner.
mainnya set sama ini masalahnya, Cok.
He's got to backpedal very quickly.
Keto
so
bisa
somebody
sih
to
jadi
take it.
semi duelis.
Global Esports quickly in with the plant. Paper Rex now, onus on them to try to get this retake
Nightfall.
underway. They do have a Nightfall, as you say.
Let it rip.
Ooh.
Uh.
DP Forsaken gives his life. Trade of the Omens. It's now the
Alah,
swing.
ma.
Two. Yudotan scaling forward. Here's up one, but now it is just something
Dia lagi.
left standing. Operator in his hand. The refract expiring,
balik.
has the money, but doesn't want to give him the shots.
Si 3, Cok.
So Global Esports, bit of a pacier hit here for them. They change things up. They managed to catch Paper X off guard on the weaker side of the map, and that now ties us at 10-10.
That's the biggest piece of that puzzle. I would have liked to have seen, with Paper Rex being so quick to get over to A anyway, like if you're going to prepare for a longer retake, like if you're going to take a second to talk about it, how you want to execute it, I don't want to see them bunched up right on the other side of that wall that's on the other side of sight here, right where you're seeing. I'd rather see them sit outside and then think about it. But if you're going to get that close and they're that fast, like I would have loved to have just seen them rip that Nightfall right away and go, because you give GE too long to set up their defenses there.
Oh, you're gonna out. I need to. Yeah. I would like insta scan. Go. They go. They scan. They smoke middle. Hold down, please, wait.
Hold down, wait.
That's nice. Sage mid, sage.
Good kill from Forsaken. Yudo dead. Jing, a run it back available. As all the rest of Global Esports just scaling, trying to circumnavigate this pit in front of B main. Rally to check around towards yard. A flash now, cycled forward. Envy just jiggling on the peak, staring in towards this connector. Now, looks like maybe Global, at least wanting to explore towards this A side. See whether they find it. Not reinforced.
Nice banget, Jason.
Forsaken once again.
Nice.
Jing now getting involved. Puts the spike down on the floor, and the other two players going to be identified here. Pushing forward.
Oh, nice banget, Hafi.
Available, so can get the recovery on the spike, but still in a pretty rough position as Jing unable to deny that one away. Plant now coming in. Rex going to have to scale out of their own pit. Checks around. Nothing yet spotted. Javi now left to his own devices and can only find the one kill. Forsaken with a 4K. Gets that trade back right into the lead once again.
Back, chat.
Yeah, like the big picture planning here from Paper Rex once again on this defender's side. You have the pit, you can overstack the site. That was
Let's
a
go.
problem last time.
Dua lagi.
Don't mind giving up a little bit of space. You have that run it back there if you need it over at A, if things get a little shaky, if Forsaken dies in that initial attempt at kind of a push towards that direction. It's got a lot of options for Paper Rex. A lot of layers to this defense that are really, really nasty to get through. Especially when Forsaken shooting like that. He was on it that round, and he's been on it most of this map.
Which is something that people really wanted to see.
Itu loh,
because
Son.
it was widely absent in that last series versus T1. Well, currently there at the top of the leaderboard. Shadows traveling.
Buset, bahaya banget. Orang-orang ini menantang maut ini orang-orang. Benar.
Yeah, just a bit on the Patman, but pops himself back up to full, but now fire into the corner on the dive forward. Forsaken to collect it once again. Flash at the ready, but there's a smoke bloomed, and Bobby will be able to go ahead and trade one back with the Bandit of all things through the Poison Orb. 20 seconds until the heal. Patman for now at risk, and they widely have to just slow things down and wait for that CD. Oh, wall boost. Forsaken trying to break this one. Patman can just try to scale forward, and he does. Forsaken ends up getting dropped. The heal should be available, and it is. Starts getting top back up, scaling his way up through Hall. Devi, however, silently slotting forward towards A main on this lurk, but Patman swings right into the op shot, and now Javi. Too many options remaining other than to try to sprint his way across into the B site.
Well, Clutch would be quite the show here.
10 seconds left.
We're the new player to Pacific. Saw some big moments from him very early on here at Kickoff. Great opportunity, but man, oh man, is it going to be tough. Scott has Paper Rex play for the trade. Get the spot.
Position known. TP's into the corner, but the haunt is there, so they know exactly where he's at. And yeah, 4K for something. Catches him with the shorty. And Paper Rex now up to map point.
Something parah, guys.
From a 3-9 score lead at the half. They've only given up one round from this defending side.
Udah di bredel sama teman-temannya loh, masih mau di shotgun kepala dia aja.
The push and the pull.
It's the inverse Zeta.
Orang-orang ini udah tahu banget sifat-sifatnya orang ini emang.
Who would have thought? 2026 and Paper Rex is way better at defense and Zeta's way better at attack.
Shocking. But final timeout call now. Sent for Global Esports. I mean, look, they played and managed to get themselves into an overtime yesterday. Fairly long one versus Gen G. And they do that here now versus Paper Rex.
Tapi emang agentnya GE ini kurang juga untuk di attacker ya. Sage-nya sih anjir. Sage itu terlalu defensif banget.
The corners and the angles here that Paper Rex has, because they're just a step ahead, and their ability to control space with that operator is a real huge problem. So you're gonna have to come up with something creative.
Kurang enak.
You know, maybe a haunt into a waylay dash or something like that to break him off an angle. Or few things are available, of course, but you know, he's been owning something. Has been with that operator, especially Yudotan. He's been shutting him down.
Good.
Paper X is good. Usually.
They have been.
Thanks.
This, I mean, a complete total shift across the halves. Res available, only ult at the moment here for Global Esports. Just from the shadows, though, from Paper X.
If you can win this round, you should be in a really nice spot with the ult cycles. Just missed.
Untung nyamping itu Batman. Nice banget.
Just being hubris.
Senyumnya itu loh.
That's painful.
That's something senyumnya guys, bahaya banget.
Cleared over the top.
Batman ini sebenarnya udah kebaca sih, mainnya bakal jadi apa? Anchor-anchoran kalau udah main tipe-tipe gini nih.
He's already done it. Might have just sealed the deal on this round. Dash in, quick refract out, TP up over the top. Javi working his way into heaven. Gonna be looking for the backstab.
Kok turun?
Has it completely in hand.
Kenapa turun ya si Safinya ya?
Left in a 1v3.
Udah dapat di atas lo itu.
Ya,
ampun.
Something dashing out the safety, and that's when they swing in from main. 13 to 10.
This is Paper Rex.
From Paper Rex.
Ingat ya guys ya, this is Paper Rex. Let's go.
Side here on the Corrode. This comp didn't know what to expect. I thought the attack side should look kind of solid, I would think, and the defender side might struggle. Complete opposite. That's kind of the name of the game for 2026 across the world in VCT.
Place your orders. The new 2026 Paper Rex now made with more stress than ever before.
Buy now.
Unbelievable. Wow. This may have Global Esports kicking themselves a bit, but we know if nothing else that this team is tenacious. We saw them fighting tooth and nail just yesterday, dropped that 13-15 on the breeze, came back, bested Gen G on Abyss, and bested them on Haven as well. So this still feels like it's going to be far from over, but certainly something to be avoided. We're going to breeze next, though. The selection of Paper Rex.
Jing Jet?
Yeah, it's going to be Jing Jet, you would suspect, unless they're changing things up once again. But I'm curious to see how this continues to look for Paper Rex with more and more iterations on the big stage, because we know that Global are going to feel relatively right at home on that map.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's a rematch of a map that we saw from these guys earlier, so what is going to be different is the big question. What does Global Esports have for an answer to try to take that map this time?
Is the question. Will they be able to push this to a map 3, or will Alex and something once again have the upper hand and best Frost? We'll find out, but for now we'll send it back over to the analyst desk to break down Corrode.
I too absolutely can't wait to get into map 2, possibly map 3. But for now, Paper Rex ends up winning their map pick of Corrode. It did look a little shaky in the first half, but as you know, defender side is a little bit more favored on this map.
Yeah, I think the comps maybe play a role into that as well, particularly GE's comp seemed like a bit of a nightmare to attack into, which we'll get into a little bit more detail of later. Was interesting to see, some waylay debuts and things like that. You continue to see some of these players be a little bit more flexible with their agent pool. I don't think there's a strong consensus on what the best duelist to be playing at the moment is if you're not playing a Yoru.
Yeah, I think it is a difficult choice at times, but I definitely think it's all about GE's comp in this one. I do think Paper X's comp is a little bit more flexible in terms of still having a flash at least to get out of a smoke. So I think they could play a decent attack half and a decent defense half. But I think it all comes down to GE, and as Pilsky said, we'll talk a little bit more about why that is, and we'll break down it a little bit more. But for now, I think the GE comp is just so difficult, and we'll get into it.
Well, Patman being on that stage, this is a pretty integral part to their defense side. But I would say even though he's MVP right now, a lot of his kills were it's not like the other times, they weren't as flashy. It wasn't all those lurks necessarily, and it was more cohesive with the rest of the team.
I mean, it's hard to be flashy on a Sage sometimes at the end of the day.
Okay lah ya ini ya.
Yeah, definitely added to the strength of their defense.
5-5-nya oke nih.
Outside of that, like, I think it was a mostly
Si
well-rounded
Invi-nya
performance
juga
from GE.
oke.
I think Xavi's individual performance after really hot starting kickoff has started to drop off.
Kanan sih Xavi-nya yang kurang main nih.
With more
Kanan.
pressure, with playing against better opponents as well. I think the weight of having the
Di sini
IGL
kelihatan Patman-nya yang
responsibilities
gendong
on
guys.
your
Cuma
shoulders and
gimana
playing
ya,
that control
attackers
role at times can be
setnya
a
ini
lot to
kurang,
balance.
Jo.
To be fair, this one is
Sagi
also
ini.
a difficult one. You can see he has 22 deaths. He
Setup
really
buat
needs to, on the
attackernya itu
side,
kurang banget
with
nih
this comp,
agent
he
ini.
needs to be sending it in as well, right? This is very much a second
Harus
duelist
ada
moment,
ibaratnya
right? He needs to get in there. He
plan
needs
yang
to try
jelas
and follow
gitu.
Autumn, who is already having a really hard time.
Harus ada
Guys,
plannya lah
Autumn doesn't
ibaratnya.
have a flash,
Yeah.
right? The only flash there is Omen's paranoia,
Yeah.
but Omen also
Nggak
needs to
cuma
get into the side, right? So to be able to put both of
Adjustment
them
with the
into a
flow
good
sih,
position,
aduh rada susah itu
Batman
agent.
rather needs to make sure that he's going in as well with the Sage, and then Javi needs to be kind of close to Autumn to be fine, right? Because he needs to be making it into the side as well, and before that they're getting picked off by the operator, and then they're getting picked off by the Odin as well.
I mean, that's the thing. The other alternative to that is you contact and you try to look for picks, or maybe you try to play the rotations. But Paper X, literally since the start of the game, Forsaken immediately went Martial Light Armor, saved for an op. They got the op up ASAP, and that made it very, very hard for GE to play a contact-heavy attack side.
But let's rewind a little bit here to defense side for GE and why why they picked defense first.
Yeah, so here we have round 4. Jing is going to farm himself an orb over towards A main to make sure he has to run it back to kick off this execute. They want to use the Viper Wall to set up this A play, but it is so difficult to get in against GE's comp. First, you have the Sage Wall. It's a bit of an on-the-fly Sage Wall which gets broken quickly. Followed up with that is the slow orb, and then the rotations come in from Aziz gets thrown out here for Crystal, further stalling this push, and by the time Paper X even make it up elbow and actually kick this one off, you've got both an Omen and a Waylay on the rotation to dump their Paranoia as well as the Saturate. So despite all of this investment and how far Paper X are able to scale up, they're running into 4 GE players with counter utility already ready.
Yeah, one of the oldest counters in the book since at the start of Valorant is Phoenix doesn't like playing against Sage. Phoenix does not like playing against the Odin, so you're going to have a hard time. On this clip as well, this is something just that's pretty cool that is new to Valorant. We have our boy Vito here. He's throwing it through his util there, so it just eats up all of the Phoenix flashes, and it's just so awkward for Pepper X to kind of do something.
Yeah.
But just back to the original point, it is so difficult for Paper X to play that attack side because they are trying to run through all the Sage util. There's a Vito that they need to go through as well. Right, so it is understandable why they kind of had a little bit of a harder time. And then on the defense side, GE, of course, with their comp is going to have their issues as well.
Exactly. But I want to point out also the two Waylays. Let's talk about the head-to-head with the two duelists here.
Well, this was a double Waylay debut, so we wanted to kind of hold them up side by side with each other. You can see both of them very heavily investing in the op on defense side, and both had a fair bit of success. The first kills and first deaths pretty even between both of them as well. I think some of that's going to come down to finding some opening success on defense, but then on the attack side, particularly for Autumn, maybe less so for something, they need to be that dive agent, and that's where you see actually in Pacific a lot of players who play Waylay sometimes get a terrible start to the game on the attacking side when they play it.
Yeah, so that is the thing, right? We looked at the numbers, and Autumn actually in the end only managed to get 3 kills on the attack side.
Yeah.
Right, we mentioned again, right, there's no flash for him to go in, there's only the paranoia, so he is having such a hard time to be able to go in. And the other thing that I did want to note is, remember, there's also no Viper. right? There's no Viper for GE, so that does make it also a little bit harder to put a little bit more map pressure on your attack side. Their defense side, the Viper's nice for defense side, but their defense side's covered, right?
Yeah.
They don't need, so just like Breeze, they can play it without the Viper. But the attack side also kind of wants a Viper at times to put more pressure.
Yeah.
You can walk behind your wall, and then the operator can't just pick you off every time.
Ayo, map 2, map 2, map 2.
Know where to spam as well. Just putting a little bit more pressure also helps for your attack side.
Yeah, I think Paper X read the comp very well. They got the off going straight away. They had a lot of plays.
Ewok ini kayaknya lebih cocok jadi ginian dah Ewok ini. Banyak ngomong juga beliau.
Yeah.
Well, one map where we are most definitely going to see Vipers should be Breeze. This is going to be the next map, and like the casters are talking about, the next 2 maps, these teams have both played against each other before. PaperX did find success on Breeze, but it wasn't very convincing at that point. So this is what we want to really see both of these teams step up, come back to this map with a new game plan. And what would you guys like to see from these 2 teams?
Honestly, I'd like to see Paper X change their comp, but we'll see what they're going to be rolling with.
Welcome guys, welcome.
Going into this Breeze, we just saw GE play it last night in a very close
Let's
series
go.
where Udaton was going
Map 2.
absolutely ballistic, and in with 1 day's
Breeze.
notice, GE changed
Paper
up
X
their comp
map
going
pick.
into this game against Paper X. And Paper X also
Savage yang main
switched
Sagi
their
guys.
comp.
Ini kayaknya
wait.
udah ini nih.
No, they're going to stay with Jing on the jet, something. So yeah, they've kept it the
Wait.
same, but GE has completely swapped it. Yeah.
GE is gonna make huge
Mereka
changes.
cuma main 1 smoker nih
This is the first time
di
we're gonna
bridge
see
ini.
Udaton as well on the duelist this for kickoff.
Biasa
right?
pada main 2
Yeah,
smoker
he's gonna
loh.
be playing on the Neon. Haven't seen that much Neon, but actually I think it could be a
Wah,
good
GE.
on this map. Once again, it's going to be a solo dive duelist, and Autumn's going to play the chamber.
Seberani itu kah GE?
On the
Nyoba-nyoba?
defense, once again, it's going to be very annoying for Paper X to attack into.
Oh, this could be a 3.
Atau udah di ini ya, udah di planning emang.
Definitely knows how to
Mainin
play a Neon.
Sagi
Let's see how this
lawan
rolls
Paper X.
as we go into Breeze. Let's send it
Kayaknya
back
udah
to our
planning sih ini.
casters. We got Paper Thin and Achilles.
Big changes here. Global Esports.
Let's go, map 2 Breeze.
Over the last 24 hours, Udaton moving over to the Neon.
GE, Paper X.
See too much on Breeze. Going to be leaning into this, and they also do have that Viper now in play.
Yeah, the chamber as well for Autumn, so this to me
The Infinity Pacific Coach Alex nggak pernah kalah lawan Frost. Waktu di Talon juga kalah terus kan?
So it should be quite an interesting setup. Watch out for those Sage walls too. There's a couple cheeky ones. There's one on the backside of B that you can use.
Yes.
Get into a tough angle for the opponents to deal with.
Disguised angle, perhaps.
Some plants in the way.
The thing that I'm going to be questioning though is you have a Viper by itself. That's it when it comes down to your smokes. Sage can offer you a little bit of control, but how do they try to pilot this? Jing though. Tagged up, as is Forsaken. Themselves into a position for a forward hold. Crystal swinging out. Unable to find anything there himself.
Buset.
The kill onto Jing. But very quickly, this ends up going the way of Global Esports. So plant money there, but not the round win. It's the first pistol for GE in the series.
Yeah, they just kind of have a little bit of a firing angle into that fight. They've got some sheriffs to boot. They put them to good use, so nice start here, finally. Global Esports gets that pistol round win.
Aneh-aneh nih guys.
Something a little bit different here. Having that chamber on a pistol round.
Oh, Atomnya main chamber ya?
But the sheriff's behind it as well. Looking nice with the ghosts. So solid stuff from Global Esports. Able to get that extra angle tucked in behind the wall. Not that it mattered too much, but nice little ideas being thought through. Judge for Udaton. Outlaw for Autumn. Couple sheriffs. Spectre in the hands of Hobby. He's going to be pushing out a main as the bulk of... Ooh, nice shot.
Goes
Yo,
away, so too does something. So that's both of your duelists out of the equation. Nice and early as Autumn finds himself another kill. Patman will get involved with the Sheriff, and that leaves just Divide with the Marshal to try to see if he can put a dent in Global at all in this round. Otherwise, it could just be a flawless 2-0 start. As, well, there goes that. Solid shot.
Arsenal ini sakit juga anjir.
How many more can he muster? I'll be pushing down elbow. He and Yudo both good armor values, but there you go. Okay. Eat the
Untung
shot.
nggak mati itu
Crystal
tadi ya.
has the regen armor, and then Patman will swing for the kill. So there's the 2-0.
All right.
Kalau mati tadi untung itu udah.
Let's see what this has in store for us.
I gotta say,
Oh, he's ready. We heard the footsteps.
love seeing Autumn back on Chamber.
Heck yeah.
Just something that I had actually asked Frost about as the roster was coming together all the way back at GCC. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see Autumn play Chamber. And he's like, well,
Why do they like to go to the outlaw? I don't understand.
pause my thoughts so I can hear that one. It's like, well, he could, but then we have to do this and we have to change that. And that.
Ya Allah.
He's got it worked in. I just love Chamber in general right now in this meta, especially on this map. I think
Tim lawak emang.
Goes to the top. It's still Crystal somehow getting that kill. It's just fully unanticipated by
Oh
Paper Rex.
pantas mainnya gini mereka
One
ini.
for one to the end, but
Sial emang.
lucky for Paper Rex,
Defender sih memang.
Duelist is
Wah,
something still
lagi
alive.
sih.
Is that judge even revealed in the last round?
I don't believe it was.
I don't think it
Selin
was.
bet sweet hero tuh. Tuh agent.
But it seems like Paper X is going to be able to avoid it for now. Should be getting a pretty good idea here. They want to go mid. Oh my goodness.
Ya Allah. Ih, hampir
Prime
itu.
position.
Might just
Bahaya banget, bahaya banget.
Nebula does fade, so he's got to back off. Now he's got a pixel angle. Try to get the catch at the same time. Jump up into nest, something able to find. One of the no scope from Autumn
Nice.
does not.
Ayo.
Counter
Comeback
swing.
ini. Nah.
Forsaken finds the kill, and now it's all down to Javi. As the drone out over the top tucks away towards back pyramid. Being
Nice.
surrounded and dealt with. So just the one early kill
Go Paper
onto
Rex.
Jing found. Otherwise, a very solid anti-bonus for Paper Rex.
Yeah, really nice work there. Good patience being shown by Paper X around their own smokes. Able to deal with that.
Purely
quick.
Invi rapi ya main ini ya.
Thank you, Invi. Nice play by
Invi rapi
something.
guys main apa? Initiator guys. Salah satu initiator paling rapi yang
And
Kalau
they
saya
just
lihat nih.
trap him. Again, playing patient there. No one's just running him down. Showing a little bit of caution.
tipe-tipe yang
Invi
ini gitu.
saying, hey, let me drone first, and then we
Kayak
can
kristal, kalian coba lihat
finish the
kristalnya.
Let's keep that economy
Kristal
strong.
beda banget.
A little bit of a spray from the Odin, slow orb as well to delay. Something, just sending out early fake info.
Some posturing from both these players, but ultimately, both will back away.
Try to show something here.
Not be this far forward. Ball going up, but it doesn't fully block off anything. Gap into the back. Makes it a much more difficult swing, but something's still gonna go for it, and is able to back away, life intact.
That should keep the strong side stack over on A.
Thrown the spot out. Actually doesn't end up getting cleared. Jing now going for the entry. Rendezvous set up at backside. Jing on the prowl. Can't see much of anything quite just yet, but know the relative position of the chamber, especially now with the pink out. Unable to find that flick. Swings it around the
Ya
corner. Just end up
Allah.
overwhelming. Yudotan able to find the kill. Jing gonna
This
be
one?
taken down. Forsaken finding two, but Autumn redraws with the operator. 20 HP. Stabai tries to win the fight, but he comes out on top. Has the heal for himself as well, leaving Envy alone in this 1v2. Spike in hand.
10 seconds left.
Taps faking the
Ya
plant.
elah.
Ends up getting flushed into the open. Global Esports able to find this as it'll just be grab the operator, the res there onto Autumn.
Yeah, there are two players there that thought they had Autumn killed in that corner, and they didn't. To swap. Patience on the other side of the map by Crystal to try to deal with the lurk. Oh my god. But Jing transferred over to Yudotan. I think he thought he had Autumn. Oh.
10 seconds left.
I can drop the up this round and use my
Filthy no scope.
You wanna wall up? You wanna wall? Let's wall.
Nasty shot. And
Lihat
now
Yudonya main
the
itu tuh.
operator over to
Oh Yudo
They've
main,
got two
bener kan?
picks with this
Main ini
one.
lagi di Yudo. Duelis lagi dia.
Drone does get cleared. Recon up and over. Exchanged on both sides. As the global players sent scattering away. Cosmic Divide going to be called in. The peak and no the wall.
Kosmiknya
Saving
pas banget.
Something's life, I believe.
Tahan Cosmic, guys. Ini tadi kalau tidak ada Cosmic kelar itu.
Spike planted.
Right here. 5v5 with Flood getting ready to come through. Not too Fury available, but it's Envy playing point it back.
Ya Allah, Envy. Ya Allah,
Wave.
Ya Allah, Wave semua.
We'll be able to find the one. Something gets a piece as well. It's all down to Patman. And he's going to be caught.
Nice something.
Great job. I'm just trading it back and forth over these last couple rounds.
3-2.
Things within touching distance.
Nice barrier set up behind the barrier for Paper Rex. Some good trades, some good firing lines. Able to have those crossfires in place, and they're not broken quickly enough and efficiently enough by Global Esports. That first one, I thought, okay, maybe we're gonna go. Some quick ones. Oh, Forsaken peeks out into 3 there, but still all's well that ends well. Getting a nice little back and forth here. Something a little different than we saw in Corrode.
Oh, for sure.
Ya Allah.
Wow. Wasn't the player revealed.
He's got aim punch too.
Yeah, challenges for that and immediately finds a headshot. A hell of a one there from Autumn. Tag to 60. That's a great way to try to start off a thrifty attempt.
Javi, where are you? I need heals.
He's looking for kills. As Speed raises the wall. Backpedal coming through. Snakebite going to be lobbed in as well. By able to just dance over the top of that one. I believe, yep, Javi had been spotted and ended up lining up for him.
Wah, ada fight.
Tries to find the flick on
Uncle
the
ngamuk, guys. Uncle, guys.
to make that happen, but Jing taken low, now taken down. Bucky able to find the kill. Pass lane set up, goes rushing in to buy, gets the no scope.
Oh!
Just piles right into it.
Oh, kena lagi tuh, Cok. Allah, langsung mati.
Further damage has been taken by the chamber.
Give him ace. Give Uncle ace. Please, give Uncle ace. No.
Find Crystal. Autumn looking for a little bit more, but eventually will get taken down. 2 players surviving.
Uncle.
They tie it up 3-3.
Yeah, some interesting
Uncle
ideas
marah,
there
guys.
from Global Esports. Some nice shots from Autumn. Just not
Uncle
enough
mau dia marah, Uncle.
Get that eco to go.
Oh.
It's probably so doable right up until this point.
Push the peluru, Cok.
Yeah, that's the backbreaker right there. If Yudotan can stay alive with that neon, could be very, very different.
Uncle.
He is very good with the operator, as we have seen many times throughout the years. Him or something, it is a dangerous weapon in any of their hands. That is without a doubt.
Wanting to avoid similar score line as the last time that they had played. Frost calls the timeout here. Obviously, very different composition. Set to try to catch Paper X off guard. Where is that fan?
You gonna shake his hand?
I want to shake his hand.
Oh, he's got another Autumn sign. Let's go.
He's been off to a...
Masa cuma ditulis Gotham, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Autumn's been stellar today. The last 2 days, he's been really, really good for Global Esports.
Welcome.
Love to see it.
Yeah,
I watch on top. Pull up right away. They open doors. Nice trade.
Aduh, tidak boleh straight lagi.
I had the same reaction as the coaches.
Yeah, Vladkor just shaking his head. All right.
Sure.
1-for-1 trade. Divide down. That's the pit out of the equation. Batman has one of his own. He's playing, leaning in towards this door side. Doesn't have any intention of investing in here, though, but he's going to try to push this wall and get them off guard. Tailwind forward.
Begini ini.
Pushing, and they're not paying attention to him at all. Batman
Alamak.
lines up 3. Completely, utterly destroys him as Envy. Now left to try to do it alone, but he cannot. Great call here. Great patience from Patman.
It's a nice, cheeky placement of that wall. Paper X just doesn't read, and they're pinging all over the place. Oh, yeah, just the timing. Great flash, the right idea. This is just...
Timing dapat posisi di situ loh dia.
Little sneakery
Patman.
Works beautifully for Pat. Yeah. That one's frustrating. Look good, and the timing with the wall is so exponential during this battle.
There's a force buy for Divive. Hero rifle. Maybe a little bit more punch alongside these blades. 7-1 though for Jing. It's been a much rougher go of it on this Jet compared to the first outing versus Global.
Ooh.
So look to lead the way, taking the shot on the way in. This Autumn able to find Forsaken walking through elbow, trying to go on a flank.
Aduh,
Now just
Jats
around
lagi.
the corner.
Jats lagi.
Immediately just snipes him out of the sky, slides in, and absolutely annihilates them. Looking like a flawless is something.
Hal yang paling menjengkelkan ya guys ya. Neon make Jats sambil sliding. Dah. Main aja sendiri jir. Yang lain gak ada yang bisa sliding loh. Beliau doang yang sliding. Suruh main sendiri aja cok itu Neon.
Nice consolation prize. What if he just goes all the way around plants?
And then wins. With 2
left.
HP.
That would be
The greatest clutch ever witnessed.
yes.
Well, Javi, maybe. No, I was going to say maybe we'll backpedal into it,
Ya,
but
bisa deh.
it does turn around. And there you go. Flawless confirmed. Global Esports now
Sulit.
carrying on up by 2 rounds. See what Paper Rex are going to have coming into this because that pit's still available. The Overdrive, the Hunter's Fury, there's a lot of ults. Forsaken's in the open going for the Astral Form.
Not the ideal spot. Never get the awareness that Yudotan's behind the pyramid.
Yes, bro.
Seru anjir sumpah. Dua tim ini paling seru untuk ditonton sekarang sih. Jadi dua tim favorit nih guys.
Swing, good counter shot from Jing.
Nice Invi.
Ends up overstepping. Player advantage now for Paper Rex is Yudotan walking out in the mid, spotting Invi, but can't find each other. Shots whizzing past. Pit still set up here in play at A main for Patman, and it looks like no, just gonna leave the Yor to linger around the area. Yudotan tagged up a bit, comes back across, works his way into shops. Potentially could be at risk if he thinks that everyone has left the area. Something. Oh, goes for the fake TP. He turns around.
Kenapa nggak denger dia ya TP-nya? Alah.
A big misstep, a big catch for Yudo, and now a 3v3.
Patman left the pit to go check on that TP.
They have a drone to lead the way in. It looks like Envy going to be going for it, so Patman just tucking away, hasn't been spotted yet. Drone not quite going to make it all the way behind Pyramid. Patman might just find crazy timing. Both of them were looking away. Jing trying to swing forward, but now Yudotan arrives, comes to the rescue, and it's just Envy boxed in behind bricks.
Dipokong berkali-kali gitu sama Patman.
Wins it. Global Esports, they get up to 6.
This is so expertly played by Patman. He's able to get ahead of the recon dart onto the other side of the pyramid. Nice trades early for Paper Rex. It's really what you needed to give yourself that man advantage, but yeah, something caught off guard. Oh man, yeah. This right here, he just knows how to work against that Sova util so nicely.
Timeout.
So well thought out by Patman, and yeah, I was wondering, is it Paper Rex's turn?
Lebih chill.
For the timeout, and indeed it is, so kind of curious. Seems like they're starting to get flustered. The operator comes into play once again, and all of a sudden, you know, once you can get to that gun, it feels like both teams are having a really hard time finding the adjustments to deal with it, to be able to take that space comfortably. So probably talking about maybe how you can work some of that smoke util. You know, you've got the double controllers. You should be able to get a little bit more zone control of the map. Maybe put a little bit more attention towards B. Something like that. I'm curious to see how Paper Rex is gonna come out of this. You have a Hunter's Fury. Autumn's got his ult. So does Yudotan.
You start seeing a step up, though. I mean, Jing and Envy both pretty rough goes of it here. 3-8, 3-9. Jing was the one leading in kills when they played against Global Esports previously on this map. Will reposition into a fast hit.
Standing ahead.
Reassessing, sends out the recon. Shock darts at the ready, double stack behind pillar. Could be good value, but for now the pit's gonna be bloomed in. Something not quite getting caught by the sprays there. Maybe enough to make Global think that box is going to be cleared, but
Spike planted.
still going to have their work cut out for them trying to get forward. Never mind, the pit's dropped. Haven't just found Devi. Forsaken, rushing him down and somehow doesn't get a kill. He puts him low, but can't confirm him. And now it is just Jing. Cloudburst thrown down, tap of the defuse. Jing looking for a timing, but now they know exactly where he's at, and he cannot find Autumn. Feels like Paper Rex just giving in to the stress and strain in these rounds. Unsteady hands. Global Esports, though, steady as she goes.
Yeah, just the judge just didn't go. If it does here for Forsaken, could be a very different round. Divide just goes peeking out of his pit. He gets cut down. It's just being watched like a hawk by Patman.
One enemy.
I don't know how Forsaken doesn't get at least one with that judge, but
I do not understand. I do not understand. I do not understand.
I don't know either.
yeah,
How did the judge not kill anybody?
yeah, no, that's what I don't understand more than anything.
Aduh,
Let's just
detik ini udah kasihan tuh lihat Alex itu sebenarnya.
That one I'm fine with.
it's an RNG weapon.
I'm totally fine with eliminating the judge. Keep the Bucky, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Oh, Patman being so sneaky here.
Yudo as well to try to draw attention, but okay. Pat still trying to play out of this, but this time Forsaken is able to find the kills. Crystal now the one to try to hold down this site. As Autumn swings around from behind, has that operator caught a glimpse of the jet. He'll be able to catch a shot on the Devi. Spike, however, brought forward, ready for the plant. Forsaken still holding close and will be able to get the intercept kill onto Autumn. Crystal now the do it all, swings in, finds Jing. This is still very good damage because Paper Rex, they are broke. No real money to speak of here, but we'll be able to get the round victory and potentially can make this a 7-5 half.
Satu.
And finally,
Track by track,
able to
round
find a
by
counter
round.
play, read the push out here really nicely. Great util. Envy teeing up his duelist there. They've got layers to this mid hold. Patman just too many targets out there.
One enemy remaining.
Forsaken so patient. Was wondering
Welcome
if he's
guys,
gonna use
welcome.
a star or a smoke here, but I had to wait. Wanted to make sure that
Semoga Paper Rex menang ya guys ya.
angle that Autumn killed Devi from it's dealt with. Challenge Patman Crystal over towards the front of A. I mean, everybody leaning so hard into this mid area. Oh,
Dar.
Paper X is gonna have to fight for this. It ain't gonna be easy.
Clear the drone, reposition from Patman.
Wah, bagus banget itu.
They still suspect somebody in the corner, but
Bagus banget
hasn't really landed at his feet, so still very healthy despite the shock darts.
tannya Yudotan.
Teleport's ready.
I mean, look at this boosted wall.
That is, oh my god.
This is
Aduh,
insane
ya
elevation
Tuhan.
from Autumn. And yes,
Ngeri. Udah nggak usah di pick midnya dong.
Oh,
walk forward though. A little bit scrappy, but eventually Patman able to find a Devi going to be taken down.
You are divided.
Scale forward. Javi able to find Jing right before the Cosmic Divide comes through. Something now tucked into this tiny little cubby. He might just find a god timing. They're checking in around this site, but no, he'll just go for the peak. Gate crashes over. No. Entry onto the B site where the trademark will get cleared. Gives Global the bad news. Autumn.
I was gonna say.
Yep. Gets the turn, gets Forsaken.
It's an odd smoke.
Kalah nih.
Sep's going to be heard. Some information about this position of Patman. Rez coming through something, wanted to try to clear that out, but he's just completely and utterly surrounded, and Patman has been able to deliver the kill because Envy just couldn't quite track him down. If he had any numbers, this Hunter Sphere, he could save them the round, but all alone, there's just no hope for that one. So 8-4, Global Esports, once again, a strong opening half.
Yeah, and I think this time, maybe this attacker side has a little bit more legs, but you don't have that extra layer of smokes. Just the Viper could make it pretty tough. I felt like smokes from Forsaken at times weren't necessarily as impactful as you'd like from an Astra.
Let's go for nice.
Halftime.
Yeah, so they're feeling okay about that scoreline, so to just wait and see going over to this defender side if Paper X still has some of that comeback magic in him. Yeah, I mean, they're just doing a great job controlling the map, finding those kills, holding the angles that Paper X isn't expecting, finding good timings to make their moves, hiding players in spots that Paper X isn't ready for. And again, it's Autumn, topping the charts in the first half with the ACS on the chamber.
I think last time out, it was 7-5 at the half for Paper X from starting on the defending side. We're able to get the finisher on their attack, so significantly better handled by Global Esports with this defense. Can they punch through is going to be the question.
Yeah, I mean, generally you're not going to get as much value out of a chamber on your attacker side. That isn't always the case, of course. The Neon is really what needs to get things revved up for the side of Global Esports. Yudotan, see what this Neon can do after being stuck on veto duty so far the entirety of Kickoff. If he can get it going for him.
Have a good time out there.
Fair point. Will this just be a repeat of the start of last year? Can they improve? Quad push out of Nest. Be a quad face. Into elbow. The swing's coming in, and Yudotan quickly dispatches one, but will be traded. Jing able to find that with his Sheriff. Something hearing the rendezvous out. As now, Patman his way forward here in mid, but Envy critically able to find Autumn before the Headhunter can really ring true, but Patman finds a great timing, but so too does Forsaken until he looks back over into the site. Now just something to try to rescue them in this pistol. Otherwise, Global start things off 9-4 the half, and now they know exactly where the Yoru is.
Ngelag bang.
Double face in, Crystal to collect it. Global, they tie it up 2-2 in pistols. They get one step closer to sending us to a map 3.
Yeah, that one really, really important for Global Esports. Just based on how Corrode went, you feel like you kind of need this one. And they don't account for the second layer. Patman, again, so smart against his former team. Always finding that timing to hit him in the back, hit him where they least expect it.
I mean, they need this, but you also feel like Paper X absolutely need to close this 2-0. Think about how split went between these squads the last time.
That's true.
They got absolutely bodied.
That is very true.
Fine, once again with a Marshall, but no one yet playing in towards his side of the map.
A little bit of a couple different guns actually bought into this. I mean, you've got the Shorty for something, the Marshall for Divide, the Bandit for Jing. So Paper X looking to give themselves a little bit of an extra edge to try to find the Thrifty, increase those odds ever so slightly. And, you know, you're kind of just expecting, if you know, thinking back to Corrode, what you saw here from Paper X was, you know, a death ball push out from one side of the map. So GE looking for that stack again before they commit. They have a backup plan here. They're going to be able to cover this drone in time.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Then again, shot comes in the corner. Shorty able to find one. Quick little fade away. Not finding anything, and something just going to try to play himself in with that flash. Forsaken bounding forward. Manages.
Nice, Envy.
Get a 2 for 2, but now Envy getting involved. Catches Yudotan and suddenly start being concerned. Knife out, Patman just now. Swoop in. I thought that Envy for sure had heard the
Kok nggak
footsteps
denger?
there.
10 seconds
Thought
left.
that he
Wah,
turns
nggak
away.
pernah dengar stepnya kah?
Chance, but a narrow one. A lot of it feels like it might just come down to Divide with this Marshall being able to find some shots.
Aduh. Tadi udah bagus padahal ya.
There's one going wide and manages to break line of sight. Gets around the corner, as well as some damage onto Divide.
One enemy remaining.
Jing now finished off. These would have to be crisp. Trying to just tuck away. Get himself onto a narrow little line here. Finds the headshot.
Oh.
He's got him one.
The bite's out though.
Oh.
Patman, will bring it to a conclusion. However, a very good, thrifty attempt for Paper Rex. They made this one hurt for Global Esports, but they still can't stop them from getting up to 10-round wins.
Yeah, cute little play here. Flash out, and Autumn's trying to scramble. Throws a couple hundred credits of headhunter bullets at it too. Nice work by Patman in the long run, but man, oh man, it was labored. Some really good ideas from Paper Rex. A little bit of disappointment from Crystal there.
It's fine, he'll be fine.
He'll be all right. Yudotan has the Phantom.
Oh. Something I mean, he acted like he just didn't even see anything.
Oh, he saw him. He pinged it.
I know, it's just no even attempt to try to fire a shot, but okay.
Whoa.
Quick one, but it's even faster. Hell of a hit from Patman. Now a weapon recovered.
He is just so good.
Devi holding close on the corner. No flank coming through, so we'll just be straight up into main. The tailwind available. As wall raised, back up onto the half wall for Jing. Slow orb going to be sent. Fast lane coming through, and Devi. I mean, barely any damage is found. Smoke falls. Jing's right there out in the open, and Yudotan quickly dispatches him. All the weapons handed over.
Lah ini kayaknya guys.
And a lot of the damage patched up by Javi.
Map ini.
This is looking absolutely and utterly catastrophic for Paper Rex. V4. How you meant to pilot this spot? Headshot just not connecting. Needed that. This corner double stacked. Envy still somehow is able to find one. Forsaken gets two, but there's Patman. Ever the finisher in these rounds. A 3K form, 22-7-1.
Ini Patrick Mendoza dapatnya ending mulu ya. Kurang ajar ini lama-lama.
And Alex wants to call a timeout.
I mean, this right here, second shot through the box. Just some delayed reactions and some odd timings right as Jing is kind of going to maneuver himself a little bit closer to the pillar. That's when the hit starts coming through, so he's not on top of there to get that first angle down in.
Oh my god, you guys have no idea how to play anymore.
And just some whiffed shots as well from Paper Rex.
Ya Allah.
Entry and better shooting from Global Esports, and it's round done. And this is looking
Alek kalem, Alek.
a certainty that we're going to split.
Aduh.
Have to start the run back.
Welcome guys.
Hard to imagine it coming through. I mean, already such a strong lead.
Berat ini Paper Rex.
Side of Global Esports and a big shutdown.
11-4 guys. Mana cara menangnya?
Having a whale of a time. Paper Rex need to try to wipe the smiles
cara
off those faces,
menangnya?
but it just doesn't feel like they're
Mana jati diri kalian, Paper
It's
Rex?
just completely different. You know, even though Forsaken's 11 and 13, he
Nang 4 ronde doang nih, Bang.
until sometimes, and Devi's been a little bit shaky, and well, everybody's been shaky. To be honest, and they're going to buy into this. They're forcing.
Well, it's not the one tap they would have liked to have seen. Forces the heal onto Javi. I mean, they show presence shifting over towards the doors, and then I assume that it's just an audible. They just cut right up into mid. And now they might just have this pivot into B.
Well, the good news is you've been able to sneak something into the back lines, but I think Yudo's somewhat suspicious.
Well, it definitely is. We're about to maybe find out. Crystal sprinting, something swinging, killing, finds it. Doesn't have an exit strategy, and as he
Ya
tries to set
elah,
one
nggak
up,
lihat dia ada
that's
2
bad
orang.
news. And Yotan is right there, dialed in on the line. Jing trying to work his way over towards Nest, getting picked apart and be stunned up for the moment. Warning ping coming down, and Forsaken still quite far away. Double up, able to find at least the 1 kill as Autumn plays up in front of this Cosmic Divide. Finds one, Crystal now going to be rezzed all the way back over towards Elbow. Wall set up, and Divide just trying to skirt along.
Davai!
He's about to be
Fight!
timing.
Ya Allah.
Tommy finds him, and it's now all on Forsaken. Even if he can find Autumn, but she cannot. It would have been that potential Hunter's Fury from long range.
Kalah
to
dong
deal
ini
with.
namanya.
This map is looking over as Global Esports.
To say goodbye.
8 chances to close it
Kalah
out.
gini guys.
It's just so hard, it seems like, for Paper Rex to have follow-up spatial awareness. The initial awareness, good in this round. Able to work that open space, but then something, not anticipating that Yudotan would be there. Then they start walking in to that space that had already been claimed by their opponents.
Let's go, boys!
How is that a bad one?
So something can survive a little bit longer. Maybe it's a different round, but here we go. Turn up the tempo, pop of the overdrive.
Yeah, they just want to bring this one to a swift end. Already some early damage out of Forsaken. Unicon sprinting, spotting, but Forsaken peeling back. Divide able to find one as well, but just swing forward. It ends up getting taken down. Forsaken doing well to find a second kill. The Hunter's Fury is out. Jump through the smoke. Crystal eliminated now by something. Going for some swing, but Avi sits him down. Heal available. A 1v2 would be a monstrous clutch to bring this map to its end. And oh, they give him an opportunity to isolate, but Jing will be able to get it. No. 7 more rounds to go. If Paper Rex want to push this into
Akhirnya
OT.
menang sekali.
Yeah, it's something at the very least. You can string a few more together here, get some of that confidence back, get some of that mechanical skill, that sharpness we saw in Corrode from Paper Rex. But this is, you got to do this. I love it. As Global Esports, you know, just end it quick if you know, with that overdrive and all that other stuff. But yeah, didn't work. So what?
You want to play?
For the
Let's
fast play. Here's the tour de force.
There's 3 players stacked on the other side of this here. As Jing up and over the top, the ping reveal. Oh, going for Tiles Crunch here in A
Jing.
main. Had this one up their sleeve for a little while, it would appear. And it ends up looking gorgeous. Swing out, Patman still finding Forsaken. But now, 4v2. Tour de force, though, in the hands of Autumn.
Whoa.
Snaps down, finds the first. This becomes a lot more doable.
Ridiculous.
Spike still dropped over by Shops.
I have
He
this
scooped up. Crystal just joining in, playing alongside Autumn. Zinvi scales forward with Jing, getting a good amount of information, relaying this to something who needs to now try to hold the door. Always being made. What a force for the check in the corner. Not quite, but Crystal swings it. Both of them so very low. 52 health between the two.
30 seconds left.
The push out
One enemy
and B
remaining. Spike
arriving a
down
bit
B.
faster than they might have anticipated.
I have the spike.
Recon for the ping. Rendezvous behind the half wall. Spike in hand, but Jing scales forward. A 3K for him on the jet. Starting to look alive. Still yet, though. 6
Kenapa nggak dari tadi sih anjir? Ini tinggal 1 mereka loh. Ya
Yeah,
ampun.
some good moments here and there. Again, these
Jadi
little
lama
set
lagi
plays
kita
have
nonton
worked
ini.
well on this map for Paper Rex. They're able to get their traps to go, but usually it's been GE the ones who have been finding little moments. This is Flick and a half. Nicely done by Autumn. Yeah, round. Getting a little too dangerous. Not too sure where the other players are. Went for the plant, paid the price. Weak buy. Autumn has a rifle. Still a res there for Javi.
Sampai
Patman
game
has a
3
pen,
nggak
so
ya guys ya?
look at him.
Nggak usah ya?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the reveals, but it's going to be a Bucky from Utatan to take them down and find something as well. Rez invested, Inby darted right in
Ya
the face.
ilallah.
And the aggression is counteracted. Slight misplays and overconfidence in the round from Paper Rex as them pay the ultimate price. This is Forsaken and Divide to try to stop this map from coming to its end. Crystal sat up on top of the wall, sends down the warning ping. Swing in, quick little rendezvous out. Forsaken unable to find the catch. Spamming with the counter spam. Wins it out in the end, now just Divide. With an orb the drop. They cannot find the transfer. 13-6. A fantastic showing here from Global Esports, setting themselves, and this is what I was talking about, the tenacity. Give up the entire second half on that opening map of Corrode, but they come right back into it, and they destroy Paper Rex here on Breeze.
Yeah, they are looking really sharp with some of these new comps they're bringing today. They've been pushing Paper Rex the whole way, and this time it wasn't just a push, it was a shove. They pushed them right out of Breeze, and into Split we go. No idea. You have to assume here for Paper Rex that there's going to be some thought to that interceptor. There's going to be some changes to how to clear that to set up Jing on the Raze, assuming they stick with the Raze.
That being said, I mean, it is still them looking at, you know, a previous record of, I believe, 5 with Global taking that map very decisively. So pressure is very much now on Paper Rex's shoulders.
Udah aja kali ya.
Thank
you guys semua yang udah nonton, yang udah mampir.
Kita
live lagi nanti ya.
Thank you. The players widely being at a loss at every Twitch.